Hey everyone, welcome back to JDB Selects. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button. We're the fastest growing NRL and rugby league channel on YouTube and your support goes a long way. Today we're breaking down Game 1 of the 2022 State of Origin series. Alright, first let's go over the head-to-head history between the two states. There have been 121 games in total since the series began in 1982, with the Queensland Maroons winning 65 of them, and the New South Wales Blues taking the other 56. Although the total games won is relatively even, Queensland have won 24 series while New South Wales have only won 16. Throughout the years the series have been relatively back and forward, with the only exception being when Queensland only lost one series between 2006 and 2017. It's almost impossible to analyze the team's past performances, as the lineups are always changing, but if we look back at the previous 6 series, it's 9 matches and 3 series wins apiece. However, the New South Wales Blues go into the 2022 series having won 3 of the past 4. Origin fixtures tend to be quite low-scoring and competitive affairs, with the average winning margin being 13 points. However, last year the Blues thumped the Maroons 50 points to 6 in Game 1, 26 points to 0 in Game 2, before the Queenslanders edged them out 20 points to 18 in Game 3. In the previous 6 series the Blues have a 66% win rate at home, and have home state advantage in Game 1 of this series. Now moving to the teams list for Game 1. Starting with the Blues, who are coached by Brad Fittler. James Tedesco captains the side again, which includes 3 debutants: Ryan Madison, Tony Staggs and Stephen Crichton in the 17 and 3 more, Joseph Suaalii, Nicker Hines and Jacob Saifiti in the extended squad. In a rather surprising move, Jack Wighton will partner debutant Tony Staggs in the centres, ahead of Stephen Crichton. Crichton has been in red-hot form for the Panthers and is arguably playing better footy than Wighton. However, it seems Fittler is hesitant to have 2 debutants in the centres. The Panthers' halves pairing between Jerome Luai and Nathan Cleary was to be expected, and they are joined by club teammates Isaiah Yeo, Brian Toho and Liam Martin. Reagan Campbell-Gillard is named on the bench, and will play his first Origin game since 2018. Notably absent is Bulldogs winger, Josh Adokar, who had played in every series game since 2018. And moving to the Queensland side, which is coached for the first time by Maroons great Billy Slater. Slater's squad features 4 debutants, Cowboys duo Ruben Cotter and Jeremiah Nanai, along with Patrick Carrigan and Broncos young gun, Selwyn Cobbo, who is set to make his Origin debut just 19 games into his first-grade career. The side is captained by Manly Sea Eagles playmaker Daly Cherry Evans for the 10th time, and he's joined by the familiar faces of Callan Ponga, Cameron Munster, Xavier Coates and the State of Origin beast Dane Gagai. Dragons captain Ben Hunt will start at hooker, with Melbourne Storm ace Harry Grant taking a seat on the bench. Christian Welch's season-ending injury means Titans captain Tino moves to prop alongside Raiders wrecking ball Josh Papali, while Lindsay Collins returns to the interchange after missing last year's series due to injury. Now moving to my on-paper head-to-heads, starting with the halfbacks Nathan Cleary and Daly Cherry Evans. On paper both players have relatively even stats despite Cleary having 3 less appearances in 2022. Cherry Evans has a 50% win rate in State of Origin, having played 8 and lost 8, while Cleary has won 6 of his 10 starts, giving him a 60% win rate. Cleary has a staggering 100% conversion rate in 3 of his 4 Origin record, kicking 13 straight conversions in the 2021 series. Queensland fans have sometimes questioned the inclusion of DCE, as he only has 12 points and 4 try assists across his 16 Origin appearances. However, both men have arguably the strongest kicking game in the NRL and will be critical again in Game 1. My next head-to-head are the centres, Tony Staggs and Dane Gagai. Tony makes his Origin debut after a destructive first half of the season with the Broncos. He's averaging just shy of 100 metres per game and showed who was more deserving of an Origin spot when he came up against Sharks wrecking ball Sifa Talakai. On the other side of the coin is Dane Gagai, a player who is known to give 110% when it comes to Origin. Gagai has been part of the Queensland side since 2015 and has played in every single game since 2016. He wasn't at his best in the 2021 series, averaging less than 100 running metres, and has now been held scoreless 2 years in a row. However, he started the 2022 NRL season strong before a stint on the sidelines, and having just returned from injury and getting the welcome Stags to Origin Arena, I'm expecting Dane to have a standout series. This is potentially my favourite matchup, bring on the fireworks. And my final head-to-head is Payne Haas and Tino Fasua Mala Awi. The two enforcers have Origin history together, having both been sent off back in 2020 after a punch-up in Game 2. Haas has been in the media recently after it was revealed he had asked the Broncos for an immediate release, and many were worried how it may affect his performance. He answered all those questions and more with his next performance against the Titans, running for well over 100 meters. Funnily enough, during the same game, Titans captain Tino showed what he is capable of too. Tino ran for a staggering 271 meters in his side's defeat, with 130 of them coming post-contact. Look for both players to come out firing from the word go and look to give their side a platform to unleash their spine. It's a great matchup and will no doubt lead to some big collisions. Now, who do I think wins? I think this year both coaches have picked great sides and it should make for a competitive series. That's all anyone really wants. Although I'm from New Zealand and have no allegiance to either state, I started to support New South Wales when they hadn't won a series for almost 9 years. Who doesn't love an underdog? So with that said, I have the Blues winning Game 1. I think they have such a solid spine and the inclusion of Crichton and Staggs makes them even more of a threat. Even up front I think the likes of Murray, Paolo and Yeo will be too strong and ultimately New South Wales get it done at home. Let me know who you think takes Game 1 in the comments below and subscribe to stay up to date on all things rugby league.